Welcome, viewing several. Back to the tiny loop on my desk. So I'm doing this one because I wanted to show this track that I've just got, which is, I bought some of this recently because I've always wanted it, because I do like the look of it, and that is the Fleischmann ProfiTrack. And I managed to find a first radius loop, and I managed to find some straights in the box. Sometimes it can be quite hard to get hold of this, but I do like this track rather a lot. It's code 100 because it is compatible with modern hornby, but it's one of many track bed style tracks. So I'm going to do some reviews of some other ones. You can see made in Germany. It's 200mm length, and it comes with a ballast track bed. So this is one of a number of track types, HO scale track types from Germany and Austria. So this is German, and I've got the Roco stuff, which is Austrian, and I've got the what else have I got? I've got the Pico, P-I-K-O stuff, which is also track bed. Now those two have got like a rubbery bed. This is quite a solid one. It slides around a little bit, but it is quite nice. But it's very. I think the ballasting on this is actually quite nice. Right, so the ballast base, it looks quite nice on this track. The clips are a special clip, and they go in there and they basically clip into where the fish plates join, and then there's a sort of a dog leg for that one that connects to the far side, and the near side is just a short clip. But yeah, I think it's a really nice track, this. Very fond of this track. I'm going to do a video that compares all of the pre-ballasted roadbed tracks, because I've got various types. I think this is going to be the winner, but there are lots of different ways to, pros and cons to these types of track. So yeah, like I say, there's 4 or 5 different contenders from different makes. The other thing I've got here is I went to the Ipswich Collectors Fair a few weeks ago, and I bought some stuff. So I bought that Lima Class 31, and I bought 4 of those LMS coaches, hornby ones. I've got 2 more, but for this I'm just going to run 2. And I also bought, I've got one of those Parcels Express, and yeah, I've got a CCT, what do they call it, a CCT utility van as well. And I quite like these because you know, they're like running a coach, but they're kind of parcel traffic, and I think they go quite well with the Class 31 often. So this one, I've paired these two. This is kind of like a heritage style Class 31 rake, so we'll get it going. I'll just put the... Now this loco has been serviced before, so I've had to do nothing to it. Often, a lot of them, he had quite a lot for sale, and I might get 1 or 2 more next time. I took the front coupling off because quite often what I do with my diesels, I only run them in one direction, so I'll take the front coupling off. The coupling on these is those short tension lock ones, so they don't work that brilliantly with normal tension locks. They're working okay with these, but with the parcels van I was having a bit of problem, so I got these set up. Anyway, let's give it a bit more juice. So this one's a Regional Railways livery, Granada Television I think it is. It's quite nice. I'm not sure. I think he said the etched nameplates, but I don't know. They don't look etched, but you know, it works. It works for me. And these coaches, I think, are quite nice because I've got quite a few Tria-Ang coaches that I run on my Tria-Ang layout, and they do seem to be a bit smaller in scale. And the Tria-Ang ones are quite cheap because people don't really want them because I think they're too short for scale and so on and so forth. If I just maybe I'll just grab one and offer it up next to it. 1 second. So the Tria-Ang ones, these are the really older ones from the 60s, and you can see they're much simpler. There's no interior, and they're a simpler model. They're slightly shorter. The main thing with them is that they have the flanges are quite deep, and if I was to put it on here, you will get a bit of buzz from the flanges on the chairs. So it's best to run these on Tria-Ang track, either Series 3 or Super 4. So that's why I thought for running on this loop. And now this loop, either this track or it be one of the other ballasted tracks, or it might even be hornby track. Just depends what I'm setting up. So I thought I'd get some more modern coaches. I think I paid £20 for 4, so I thought that was alright. Let's just see if... Yeah, that's nice. So yeah, I'm rather fond of Class 31s. I don't know why. I think it's the shape of the windows on the front that I like about them, and the fact that they're, you know, their longevity. But the same goes for Class 47s and 37s. You know, there's still plenty of them in use, and that's why I've got plenty of them. But 31s and 25s are particularly good for this kind of loop. They're a lot of fun to run, so there we are. So I'm going to do some close-up shots and we'll finish up.